All right, Steve, maybe you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Steve Moroz, General Sales Manager, Nissan of Stockton. Pleasure to be speaking with you today.
Yeah, thank you. So, tell me about your experience starting with using WebBuy here, because it was like set up before you got here and it was new to you. And
So, when I first got here, we were obviously using Vin Solutions, and then I heard that we have this WebBuy tool that's a desking tool start to finish, mostly remote and customer facing, and that we were supposed to be using it. We hadn't been using it. I just came on board as the General Sales Manager running the sales staff and made the decision that, along with the General Manager, that if this is what we want going forward, then let's burn the boats and make it the only option. With trepidation in mind, obviously, not knowing how seamless it would be, and I've been pleasantly surprised with how easy that transition was. I was worried about control of the car deal, being able to manipulate down and rate and term and all those things that I've been doing for 30 years on the desk, and thinking that this tool that's customer facing wouldn't be able to allow me to do all of that, and I would lose control of the gross of the car deal, lose control of the term and the rate and all of those things without having management interaction at every turn. And I've been pleasantly surprised that not only are all those things available, but some of those things aren't even necessary anymore. We're noticing that the customers love the ease of use. They love the transparency. They love everything being in one place. I think customers are typically used to a menu selling approach. McDonald's, fast food, online shopping, Amazon, all of those have conditioned the customer that online is okay and everything should be up front and you should be able to see everything at a glance. And I think that WebBuy certainly does that. And that's what I was worried about, because I think in some ways the old school car, it takes people to sell cars. But the good news is that you are able to do all of those things if you want, with customer touch points and management touch points throughout the process. But we have found rapidly, and again, it's been 2 weeks, but in those 2 weeks, I think we've tripled the volume of the store and sales, and we're noticing that we are getting a large percentage of customers that are walking right through the entire process without even having to have a manager touch them at all. So very, very pleasantly surprised.
yeah, tell me about what about the ability to hold gross? Because that was a concern, right?
Yeah, and I think that, anybody that's thinking about this software, that's going to be their trepidation, right? It's going to be, well, I want control. A computer can't hold gross. A computer can't sell a car. The computer doesn't have the word tracks. It's not going to be able to know what the touch points are, what the hot button of the customer is, all of those aspects. What I would tell you is that WebBuy doesn't take your ability away to have all of those customer interactions and touch points. It is simply a tool that allows you to take a customer from, hey, welcome to Nissan of Stockton, to, hey, I don't want to give you my information. I don't think I can buy. Well, great, Mr. Customer, I've got this tool that'll allow me to do a soft inquiry. It won't affect you at all, but it'll give me every tool I need to not only put you on a car, but put you on the right car, to get you approved, to get a payment in line with where you want to be. All of those aspects and tools are there, and none of them take away from gross, and I'll explain why. They have the ability to, yes, click on and off what they want and what they don't want, but the conversation doesn't end there. Most customers are payment driven. There are those that are price driven, and you're going to have to sell those things on their face anyway to those customers. But I'm finding that if you can still fit the customer into a payment that they're comfortable with, even if they click off those items initially, we've been able to readdress that and add those back in if I'm able to get to the payment. And this tool actually allows me to get to that payment quicker, because I don't have to do the entire deal. I don't have to get all the information and fill out all the credit app by hand. And then some dealerships have multiple different software companies that they're using, and they don't just get to enter it once and it goes everywhere, right? You have to have integrations for that. Some dealerships are inputting it once, twice, 3 times to get to where I can get to in 5 or 6 clicks. And then I can utilize my expertise in the business to know, off the information WebBuy is giving me on soft pulls, and I have an inquiry, and I have the payoff, and I have the customer's credit score, where to drive them to which car would make the most gross. So in a lot of ways, this software gives you the ability to add gross, not detract from it.
Yeah, awesome. So that new feature of being able to start right with a soft pull with,
Huge.
not being able to
Yeah,
have
huge.
to start with the vehicle of interest, but getting that credit application
Yeah.
and establishing the trade equity,
Yeah.
that's really helpful in a store like that. Why is that so helpful for like a store?
Well,
in
it's
this
vital
situation?
for us because we're in a demographic that has challenge credit, right? We deal with anywhere from 410 scores up to 800 scores, but the bulk of our customers live in the 520 to 580 range. Well, this gives me the ability to take a look at the depth of the credit instantly without having to put a hard pull. So I'm able to get that information from the customer so much more easy, so much easier, right? So at one point I can say, Mr. Salesperson, hey, this person needs to be on a $12,000 car based on the profile I see, go put them on a $12,000 car, as opposed to I go out and show him a $20,000 car and then have to sell him on the fact that he can't afford that, and he's already seen all the great features and benefits of a $20,000 car. It's much more difficult to put him on a $12,000 car after he's seen the $20,000 car, right? This allows me to put him on the car right from the get-go, right from the jump, that's going to hold the most gross and be the best deal for the customer and the store.
Right, definitely. Okay. What was that last thing you wanted? What was the other thing you wanted me to ask you?
I think you covered it with
I think
gross.
With the gross. Yeah. All right. Steve, how do you see WebBuy helping you with customers that aren't on your showroom floor?
Well, everyone's looking for market share, right? And they're looking for ways to increase their market share. And yes, I want to take advantage of my primary market area, as do you, I'm sure. But we also have the ability with this to have a couch to curve experience. People can shop from home and do everything. They don't control any of the back end stuff that would affect gross or anything like that, but they can actually take themselves start to finish and shop for a payment that makes sense to them right on this tool. And I can have the deal done from their couch, and I can control that from my showroom, and I can sell a car to anywhere in the US. I can sell a car anywhere on the West Coast. Because I can control that, I can start to expand my digital outreach and my digital marketing and my marketing to target those types of customers in ways that I wouldn't be able to if I didn't have this tool to be able to take the customer seamlessly through the process legitimately, right? Because people have concerns, right? Are you legitimate? But this software, as you'll see, is completely start to finish, and it lends itself to credibility, not to mention the fact that all of your sales materials can be embedded in it as well to add value to all those things as well. So it's certainly going to help us expand our business, and I'll be able to sell cars outside of my market in ways that I just don't have the ability to do now.
Yeah. Maybe the last part is like, how do you see the benefit of folding like a WebBuy platform into a paperless process as much as possible?
Well, yeah. So I think the WebBuy is such a seamless process because you're getting all the customer information one or two ways. If a customer wants to give you all of their information right up front, a lot of customers will. That's great. You can do it that way. But if you have customers that are hesitant, you can tell them about the soft pull. Doesn't affect your credit. You get the information that way, and now you're capturing all of the customers, not just the ones that are willing to give you the information up front. And the way that translates to customers on their couch is if I had a tool that actually gave me the ability to introduce myself to a dealership, take a look at their inventory, pick a car that I like, give them as much information as I want, and then be able to get an actual real payment with an actual real car attached to that payment and know what I'm looking at up front before I ever even contacted someone if I wanted to go that route is something that I think a lot of customers would take a strong look at, because we don't have the greatest reputation, right? Oh, I got to go do the car, and
Either go to the dentist.
I got to go to the dentist, right? Because I'm not going to, they don't want to give me the information. They're going to drag all my information out. I got to jump through 7 hoops. I got to go through 3 managers. Guys, this tool eliminates all of that. But it doesn't eliminate the gross that's associated with all those touch points. You still have the ability to control your deal on the desking side of things. And again, there's multiple touch points to hold your products up front as well as sell back end products. And we're seeing our grosses increasing since we've used it, not decreasing. And not to mention the fact that most of our customers are going through the transaction in less than an hour and a half as opposed to 3 hours, because everything is so seamless.
Right. Awesome. Cool.